On behalf of my beloved Archbishop, His Excellency the Most Reverend Archbishop Thomas Wensky, once again to reiterate, to advocate and to pray for peace and justice. As you know, the Catholic faith has a long-standing on the issues of peace and justice. In 1963, Saint Pope John the 23rd, in this great encyclical Pacem in Terris, Peace on Earth, he stated very well that peace is essential for the well-being of society. And on his great message, January 1st, 1972, Saint Pope Paul VI stated something powerful. If you want peace, you must work for justice. Si vous voulez la paix, faut goumer pour justice. Si tu quieres la paz, tienes que trabajar para la justicia. Alors, son bagay qui est important. It is essential. And today, as we are standing before you, I am reiterating our commitment to fight against any structure, because today it is evident that there is a structure that is preventing the structures of peace and justice. And we must go against that structure. We must not sustain it, we must fight it, and we must fight against any system that violates the core dignity of the human beings. Because when God created people, He looked at them, He said, wow, they look good. God does not create garbage. He created every single human being with the dignity of God's children. And that's the reason why we cannot pretend while we are not pretending. No. Don't just take peace for a bandit. Because the late Martin Luther King, our great champion of peace and justice, he made it clear there can never be really peace if there is no justice. But in order to fight for justice in the Catholic Church, in the great document, Aparecida, we spoke about pastoral conversion. We, the ministers, we need to acknowledge our sins before we preach to the people of God. And today, we must speak about political conversion. Before politicians can talk about peace or anything or justice, they must accept their own failures. They must correct the policies. In our community, we must also talk about community conversion. When we do that, our prayer means something to God. And that's the reason why we are not going to stop praying. Because in the fight for justice and peace, God cannot be excluded from the picture. God will never be excluded. Because if God is out of the picture, it will be human disaster. And that's the reason why we are committed to pray. Pray for conversion. Pray for reconciliation. Pray for the power of humility. Because humility doesn't make you less than you are. It makes you the who you are and what God is calling you to be and to become. Humility is a power. And we must continue to fight for that. But we must stand in the spirit of solidarity with one another. We are one community. We are one brother. We are one sister. We are our brothers and sisters, and we are our sisters keepers. We must stand together in solidarity. The first ancestors in Haiti, the heroes of the independence, the first black republic of the world, who went against slavery and racism to fight for racial equality, they said something. Unless there is unity, there will never be strength to fight for justice. Si pas gagner tête ensemble, pas capable yon force pour mettre racisme à terre. Je dis à nous de goumer pour ça. And that's the reason why I am going to finish with the prayer of Jesus, the great high priestly prayer before the Last Supper. He said, may they all be one. Like you, Father, and I, we are one, so that the world will know that you are the one who sent me. We will never be witnesses of peace and justice unless we are united. Let's continue to work together so that the glory of God will shine not just today, but tomorrow and forever. Thank you.